Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to a great episode in which we're gonna have to talk about something very important. Now, last week I have made a video regarding these special effects which you can actually use in order to push a hero far beyond his design. And in that video I had to remain theoretically about it because I didn't have such an effect. But guess what? Yesterday I was lucky enough to obtain this Debilitation effect, which is sadly only the blue version, but it's still better than nothing. And in this video I'm gonna show you exactly how this works. I'm gonna also explain you the impact on the game because, again, I haven't changed my mind regarding the special effects. They are at least 50% way too powerful for something which is pure RNG to obtain. So anyways, I have obtained this skill right here, which says if the hero equipped with this gear has an active skill, upon triggering, it will add 1 stack of Debilitation, which is 15%. So what is exactly Debilitation? By the way, dear beautiful people, it's labeled as an attack decrease, but in reality, it's actually a damage decrease. So in other words, as soon as my Gypsy will proc with this blue special effect, 1 stack is gonna get a 15% damage decrease, which is, yeah, granted, not that huge, but it's still something if, of course, we take in consideration where the stats are right now when it comes down to damage plus and the damage minus. So let's have a look at this, how it works. And for this, I have saved some battle reports in order to show you exactly how it looks like, and that of course it's working. So in this case, of course, you see me, I have unequipped that piece of gear in order not to have the Debilitation, because this hero Gypsy doesn't have the Debilitation effect on. So let's press replay and see exactly how it looks like. In other words, every time Mr. Gypsy will gonna proc, he's gonna apply that Debilitation on a random slot. So here we go right here. So once he hits right now, he doesn't have the piece of gear equipped. What's gonna happen is on these slots here, 4, 6, 7, and 9, he will apply this. But because he doesn't have the piece of gear equipped right now, you don't see that. So let me show you exactly the battle report in which he applies this. Of course, first in PvE, and then we're gonna go in PvP. So here is the battle report in which I equipped back this Debilitation on a piece of gear, and you see it's only on Mr. Gypsy. Now let's play the animation and let me show you exactly how it looks like. Here we go right now. So this is the round 4 where he proc because it's only 1 unit. So let's see what is hitting. And now you're going to see right after this, we are seeing slot number 9 getting that damage reduction. That's exactly how this effect looks like. It's a red arrow which points down. So that's exactly the damage reduction. In other words, yes, even though Mr. Gypsy is not designed to apply Debilitation, he actually does this with the special effect. I would like to show you something else. The hero must have an active skill. So you know that, for example, Snake hits back. So he has a hit theoretically, but he has a hit if he gets hit. So it's not considered to be an active skill, and that's why I have put this Debilitation on him, just to show you guys that he will never gonna activate this Debilitation. So we're gonna speed up this process. As soon as I get hit, so he hits back, and now we're gonna wait for the next hit. He's gonna hit back, so you're gonna see all the slots right here, they don't have that red arrow pointing down, meaning the Debilitation doesn't work. So here we have, beautiful people, a PvP battle in which we are waiting to see how many times Mr. Gypsy will apply this Debilitation. So in this case, you are seeing he's gonna hit right now from slot number 3. He does that, and let's see where he's gonna apply that. And after he's hit, you see right away this effect with these red arrows pointing down on the slot number 7. So that is applied right now there. Now let's scroll and see in the first round where else Mr. Gypsy will apply this. For that, I just literally need Mr. Gypsy actually to proc, and he is gonna apply this. So here we go. This is the slot number 6 of mine, which is gonna hit. And you can still see there in the background, the slot number 7 still has that damage reduction, because that's exactly what it is. And you see it right away, that's the slot number 3, which is actually a super good thing because of course of the formation, the front row will always gonna do more damage. So this is just round 1 and that's exactly how it works. So yeah, dear beautiful people, that's exactly how this thing right here kind of works. And you're gonna say, Timmy, where is the fuss? This is just a 15% damage decrease and it's just coming from a blue effect. And it's just applying to one slot, and of course on top of it, the opponent can also be lucky that it gets this debuff in the back rows, which doesn't necessarily make a huge difference. Yeah, you are right, but I'm not done yet. First of all, let me show you what this debilitation effect value can be. And it's very simple, we just have to go into the hero list. So all we have to do is actually have a look at Lila right here. She has a 16.4 debilitation on the targets which she hits, which are more than one target. But actually the special effect of the gear can give you far more than that. So let's go back there. So again, you're saying, where's the fuss? I'm gonna tell you exactly where the fuss is regarding these extremely powerful effects which can be obtained simply by RNGs. So imagine for a second this effect would be a purple effect, like this one right here, the impact. That would mean that my Gypsy will gonna get a stack of 30% damage decrease on 2 random slots. Now you're still probably gonna say, okay, it's still not an issue. You think so? Good, because you can pair this with something else, like this one right here. Also, let's take the purple effect into the consideration. So if the hero equipped with this gear has a debilitation effect, which actually Gypsy has, and I have shown you this effect will be increased by a whopping 30%. So just by equipping these 2 special effects, which as of right now they are still random and very hard to get, but with the new system it will be kind of easier to obtain and also possible to actually upgrade to reach this level. Just by equipping these 2 effects on Mr. Gypsy, I have 2 random slots with 60% damage decrease. So are you convinced now? Because if you're not, I can carry on. How about we take these 2 special effects and equip it on Striker too? That will gonna give Striker also the ability to apply this 60% damage reduction on the 2 extra slots, which makes 4. You're still not convinced? Good. Let's take for example Asuka, which also has an active skill and it's absolutely a great hero setup when it comes down to the tanks, meaning Gypsy, Striker and Asuka. And if you apply these 2 effects on her, plus the 2 effects on Striker, plus the 2 effects on Gypsy, in other words, as soon as Gypsy, Striker and Asuka simply proc for the first time, your opponent will have 6 slots with a 60% damage decrease. How about that? And that's exactly what I want to explain to you guys in this video and also to the developers, because of course you probably read today in the morning their extra announcement regarding these gear changes. And dear developers, hear me out and let me tell you crystal clear. The goal of my videos is not to insult you, but the goal of my video is also not to ignore the truth. So the truth is, when I read that message of what you're planning to do, it's literally showing me a group of people which actively chosen to use blinders. Yeah, I'm putting that on the screen in order for you to get a better idea. Now this is not an insult, and I probably understand why you are choosing to ignore the fact that these effects must be drastically reduced for the sake of the game, because you probably are thinking right now, we already made a lot of old players very angry. I don't think it's a very wise idea to start now with the younger accounts and make them angry also on top. It still doesn't change the fact that this is exactly how I would classify your answer. You have decided to use these blenders. And allow me to finish with one very important sentence. The difference between these humans which actively choose to use the blinders and a horse which also has the blinders, it's very simple. The horse doesn't have a choice. So anyways, beautiful people, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, it's super important to support the channel by simply subscribing to it. It helps me a lot and motivates me to carry on, and it also helps a lot of players out there. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and of course, as always, don't forget to see me in the next episode. Ciao!